I'm now delighted to introduce Bhai Kirpal Singh of the Sikh Foundation of Virginia. Bhai Kirpal Singh is an accomplished ragi who has been performing Shabad Kirtans worldwide, including at the Golden Temple, Darbar Sahib, Amritsar. Bhai Kirpal Singh is accompanied by Bhai Omkar Singh and Bhai Karam Singh. I now request them to do the invocation, please.
Vaisakhi जी वाहिगुरू जी का खालसा वाहिगुरू जी की फतेह। प्लीज़ जेड़े जेड़े अपने हैड कवर कर सकते हो जिन्होंने कोल है वो अपने अपने हैड कवर कर लो प्लीज़। रिक्वेस्ट सारे गुरु महाराज की बाणी का सत्कार है, शब्द का सत्कार है। सो वैसाखी फैसटिवल की बहुत बहुत मुबारक, बहुत बहुत बधाइयाँ। आओ आप सब इस बाणी के शब्द नाल जुड़ के सारे गुरु चरणों नाल जुड़िए। अकाल पुरख अगे प्रे करिए। वाहेगुरु 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 सबना विच तू वरतदा शाह, सब तुझे ते आवे दिन रात, सब तुझ ही थामो मंगदे मेरे शाह। तू सबना करे एक दात। मैं अपना सुध तोहे निवाजा, पंथ प्रचुर कर बे कहो साजा। जाहे तहाँ ते धर्म चिलाए, कबुद कर्म ते लोक हटाए। ठांड भयो मैं जोर कर, बचन कहा सिरयाए। पंथ चले तब जगत में, जब तुम करो सहाय, जब तुम करो सहाय। मानस की जात सबे एक पहचान गो, मानस की जात सबे एक पहचान गो। हिंदू तुर्क को राहुजी इमाम शाह, हिंदू तुर्क को राहुजी इमाम शाह। मानस की जात सबे एक पहचान गो, मानस की जात सबे एक पहचान। सन्यासी को जोगी भयो, को भयो मुंडिया। सन्यासी को जोगी भयो, कोई ब्रह्मचारी को यति न मान लो। कोई ब्रह्मचारी को यति न मान लो। मानस की जात सब एक पहचान लो, मानस की जात सब एक पहचान लो। करता करीम सोई राज रहीम रोई, करता करीम सोई राज रहीम रोई। दूसरों न भेद कोई पहचान करता है। मानस की जात सब एक पहचान को, बन के बंगाली फिर हंग के फिरंग वाली, दिल्ली के दिल वाली तेरी आज्ञा में चलत है। रोह के रोहिल माग देश के मंगेल, वीर बंद सी बुंदेल पाप पुंज को मदद है। धोखा गुण गावे चीन चीन के शीश नवावे, तिब्बती ते आए दुख देह को गलत है। जिन्हें तो है क्या तुमने पूर्ण प्रताप पाए, जिन्हें तो है क्या तुमने पूर्ण प्रताप पाए। सर्व तन ताम फल पूर सोभलत है, सर्व तन ताम फल पूर सोभलत है। मानस की जात सब एक पहचान को, मानस की जात सब एक पहचान को। खतरी सो जो कर्मा कसूर, पुण्य दान का करे शरीर। खेत पिछाने बीजे दान, सो खतरी दर के परिवार। लाभ लोभ जे कूड़ कमावे, अपना की काया पे पावे, अपना की काया पे पावे। सो पंडित जो मन पर बोते, राम नाम आत्म में सोते। राम नाम सार रस पीवे, उस पंडित के उपदेश जग जीवे। सो ब्राह्मण जो बिंदे ब्रह्म, जब तक संजम कमावे कर्म। शील संतोख का रखे धर्म, बंधन तोड़े होवे मुक्त। सोई ब्राह्मण पूजन जुगत, सोई ब्राह्मण पूजन जुगत। मुसलमान मोह दिल होवे, मानस की जात सब एक पहचानो, मानस की जात सब एक पहचानो। मुसलमान मोम दिल होवे, अंतर की मल दिल ते धोवे। मेहर मसीत सिद्क मुसल्ला, हक हलाल कुरान, हक हलाल कुरान। शर्म सुन्नत सील रोजा हो मुसलमान। योगी गोरख गोरख करे, हिंदू राम नाम उचरे। मुसलमान का एक खुदा है, कबीर का स्वामी रहा समाए, कबीर का स्वामी रहा समाए। गुर सतगुर का जो सिख अखाए, सो भर के उठ हर नाम ध्यावे। खालसा अकाल पुरख की फौज, प्रगटियो खालसा परमात्म की मौज। रहनी रहे सोई सिख मेरा, ओ साहिब मैं उसका तेरा, ओ साहिब मैं उसका तेरा। प्राण मीत परमात्मा पर गौतम पूरा, पोखन हारा पातशाह है प्रतिपालन यूरा। पद पे उधार प्राण पद सब सदा हजूरा। वह प्रगट्यो पुरख भगवंत रूप, गुर गोविंद सूरा। वह प्रगट्यो पुरख भगवंत रूप, गुर गोविंद सूरा। आनंद विनोदी जी जप सच आपे होएगा। खालसा में हो रूप है खास, खालसे में हो करो निवास। खालसा में हो मुख है इंदा, खालसे में हो सद सद संगा। मानसिक जल सब एक पहचान को, मानसिक जल सब एक पहचान को। जिनकी जात वर्ण कुल माही, सरदारी में भई कदाही। जिनकी जात वर्ण कुल माही, सरदारी में भई कदाही। तिन्हीं को सरदार बनाओ, कबे गोविंद सिंह नाम कहाँ, कबे गोविंद सिंह नाम कहाँ। राठन के संग रंग लड़ाओ, उपरी बन को कहलाओ। 1.25 लाख से एक लड़ाओ, चिड़िया को बार लड़ाओ। कबे गोविंद सिंह नाम कहाँ, कबे गोविंद सिंह नाम कहाँ। मानस की जात सबे एक पहचान दो, मानस की जात सबे एक पहचान दो। हिंदू तुर्क को रावड़ी भाषा, हिंदू तुर्क को रावड़ी भाषा। मानस की जात सबे एक पहचान दो, मानस की जात सबे एक पहचान दो, मानस की जात सबे एक पहचान दो। बोले सोनिहार, बोले सोनिहार, बोले सोनिहार, बोले सोनिहार, बोले सोनिहार। बहुत बहुत बधाइयां साथी दियां। वाहिगुरू जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरू जी की फतेह।
Thank you so much for the invocation. I am now privileged to request Ambassador of India, His Excellency Arun Kumar Singh, for his welcome remarks.
Wanted to welcome all of you to the residence on this festive occasion of Vaisakhi, and I'm delighted that we are able to turn up in such large numbers despite the challenge of weather. We are hoping to do the celebrations outside, but didn't want to put you to that challenge, but welcome all of you here, and you can see with the festive atmosphere. And as was just rendered for us in a very, very soulful manner, Manas ki jaat sab ek pehchan lo. And I think that's a very important message in today's global context, marked by extremism, exclusion, violence, and terrorism. Vaisakhi, of course, also celebrates the New Year in India, in Punjab, and other parts of India. And in the spirit of the unity in our diversity, in the month of April, the New Year is celebrated in many states of India, be it in Bengal, in Assam, and states in the south, which also shows, as our former Prime Minister had once said, that our differences do not divide us, they define us. And we grow up in the midst of our unity in diversity. Since it is the new year, I thought I'd very briefly share with you some of the trends in the new year in India, and also in India-US relations, which is of relevance to all of you. And I'm happy to share that despite all the challenges, including global challenges, in India we were able to do reasonably well, with a growth of about 7.5%, followed by a growth of 7% in the preceding year. And the expectation is that in the coming year, our growth rates should be even higher. The expectation is of a good monsoon. There will be more emphasis, therefore, through enhanced rural demand and rural incomes that would be generated. We have seen more flow of foreign direct investment into India, including from the United States. If you look just at the renewable energy sector, which is a sector of lot of focus after the Paris climate change agreement, in the past 1 year, we have added 7 gigawatt of renewable energy in India, whereas the total amount of renewable energy in India before that was just 4 gigawatt. And the expectation is that in the coming year, we'll perhaps add 9 gigawatt or even more. This is just a reflection of the effort, the changes, the directions. And today we are building in India 20 kilometers of roads every day. And the aim is to try and take it to 40 kilometers, because that will lead to massive expansion of infrastructure, massive demand creation, and also generation of economic activity. In terms of the India-US relationship, if I look at the past year, once again, it's been a year of great achievement, following from what was done in 2014-15. Many of you recall that the Prime Minister was here in September 2015, when he also visited the West Coast. There was a lot of focus on the existing cooperation and opportunities we have in digital technology, in renewable energy, in innovation. Just a couple of weeks ago, the US Defense Secretary was in India, and he drew attention to the cooperation we are having now in defense technology, in co-production, co-development. And just about a week ago, the Indian Finance Minister was here for interactions both at the level of the government and at the level of institutional investors. And what I saw in those meetings, in the interactions with the institutional investors, was that there was a clear sense and message from US entities that they were very upbeat about India. They're heavily engaged with India. They saw India as a moment and an area of great opportunity in the current global context. In fact, the representative of one of the private equity firms cited his statistics, and I'll quote that for you to show what really is happening. And it's one of the major private equity firms in the US. And they said in the last 1 year, the commercial real estate expansion in Bangalore city, in Bengaluru, was more than what happened in New York and London combined. So that just captures the spirit, the energy with which expansion and activity is taking place in India. So once again, let me welcome all of you here as we celebrate the new year. Despite all the challenges, celebrate the achievements that we made, and look forward to working together to greater effort and success in the coming year. And congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Thanks, sir, for your encouraging words. I would now like to introduce a prominent Sikh scholar, Dr. Pavanjit Kaur Saini, who is a practicing neurologist in Maryland for the last 32 years and a committed philanthropist. Dr. Saini is the biggest donor of the Sikh Human Development Foundation to support professional education for bright but financially challenged youth in India. I would now request Dr. Saini for her remarks.
Good afternoon, everybody. With Vaiguruji's blessings, we are all gathered here today to celebrate Vaisakhi. Honorable Ambassador Arun Singh, Dr. Maina Chawla Singh, all the dignitaries who are present here, and the embassy staff, on behalf of the Sikh community of Maryland, Virginia, and DC, thank you kindly, ma'am and sir, to open your house for Vaisakhi. Vaisakhi is a spring festival, which is a harvest festival celebrated by Punjabi farmers. But for Sikhs, it is a very special occasion. The Guru Gobind Singh Ji, our 10th Guru, established the Khalsa Panth in 1699, April 13. Let's go back to the history. In the 16th century, for more than 200 years, the Mughal emperors were invading India from the north. They were vicious and ruthless. They wanted to convert Hindus into Muslims. They came to India, they conquered. The reason is because the Hindus were divided among themselves. There were so many castes, the Brahmins, the Shudras, and the kings were fighting among themselves. Well, talking about the army, they didn't have an army. So they had a big advantage. They really took so many cities. when Aurangzeb came in the late 16th century, he probably was the worst and the most vicious. He knew Tegh Bahadur, who is our ninth guru, was against discrimination. He was for equality. He considered him as a threat. So he summoned him to come to Delhi. In Delhi, he was taken as a prisoner, tortured. And he was told to get converted into Islam. He didn't. He was openly, in front of public, beheaded. Our 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, was a poet, a scholar. He was a spiritual master, a philosopher. He was so fluent in Persian, Arabic and Sanskrit. He was a great warrior, an avid hunter, totally fearless. He wanted to eradicate the caste system and bring social justice. To accomplish this, Guru Gobind Singh Ji needed his own men. He needed dedicated fighters united by the holy bond of brotherhood. He wanted to cut across all the barriers of the caste system. He was well versed in warfare, and they were all ready to sacrifice their life for the welfare of the others. So thinking about this, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, in the year 1699, he calls his disciples. He calls all his followers to come together to Anandpur Sahib, Punjab. Thousands and thousands of his followers came for Guruji's blessing. Guruji came out of a tent, and he had a sword in his hand which was uncovered. And he said, he needs a sacrifice of a person. Before he said that, he gave an enthusiastic, very strong speech to encourage his followers. And then he said, who's ready to sacrifice his life? He said it 3 times. The 3rd time, a person stood up and he said he was ready. Guruji takes him behind a tent. He comes back with a bloody sword. Some of the people are shocked. Others are okay. Some people just walk away, but most of them stayed. He did that total of 5 times. After the 5th time, he goes back and he comes back with all the 5 men alive, beautifully dressed in saffron colored clothes and a turban. And he said, these are my Khalsas. These are my Panch Pyare. These are my favorite 5. These are my saint warriors. Then he did the Pahal ceremony. In the Pahal ceremony, he gave Amrit to the Khalsas, then he bowed down and he took Amrit from the Khalsas. That was the bond of the brotherhood. That was the bond of the commitment. Because Guruji said, for every great deed, you need a great sacrifice. Guruji said, Khalsa mero roop hai khas, khalse mein ho karo nivas. He said, my Khalsas are going to be totally unique. They are going to have 5 Ks. And the 5 Ks are unshorn hair, and that is Kes, Kara, Kanga, Kacha, Kirpan. Let me tell you one thing for sure. The history will remember us forever because the Khalsa Panth saved conversion of Hindus to Islam. Who are Sikhs? We believe in one universal creator, Ik Omkar. Equality is paramount to us. We don't believe in any caste system. All men and ladies are alike. Men are all known as Singh, ladies are known as Kaur. It's mentioned in Guru Granth Sahib, in the scriptures, our eternal Guru. On page 463 it says, So kyo manda akhiye jit jamme rajan. Why would you consider a lady inferior when she gives birth to the kings? One of the most conspicuous teachings of our faith is the spirit of affirmation, Charadi Kala. We believe in core values of honesty, hard work, integrity, kirat kamai, one chakla. How do we conduct ourselves in the world? There's a beautiful symbolism that is frequently used in the scriptures The answer is, be like a lotus which remains in the pond untouched by the surrounding impurities. Be like a lotus that remains in the pond untouched by surrounding impurities. So, in the spirit of Sikhism, I wish you all a joy-filled, enriching Vaisakhi, and may this tradition of Vaisakhi continue with our embassy. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Saini. We now move on to the cultural performances, which will have Punjabi songs by Mr. Rajnijan and Ms. Manjot Kaur, accompanied by Adnan Masood, who will be on keyboard, Shrikant Avligaonkar, who will be on guitar, and Nabil Riaz, who will be on tabla.
Vaisakhi ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧਾਈ ਹੋਵੇ. It's a privilege for us to perform here, and we thank you for inviting us today. who is just 16 years old, came from Pennsylvania. It's a slight kind of weather today, but we expect a lot from her. Manjo.
performance, we now have Gidda dance, which is the pride and joy for women of Punjab and keeps the community connected to the roots. The dance will be performed by Paramjit Chahal, Ravinder Sanghera, Virpal Gulak, Neeraj Sood, Supreet Kaur, Veerpal Brar, Ramandeep Kaur, and Dilpreet Kaur.
Good.
to our Gita dance performance. And we will now have the Bhangra dance by students of Virginia School of Bhangra. After the joyful and fun-filled performances, I would now request Dr. Maina Chawla Singh for her remarks. Please, ma'am.
सत श्री अकाल जी बहुत बहुत बधाई सबनों वैसाखी दी Last year we missed Vaisakhi by a few days and Ambassador Sandhu did everything and I was so jealous कि मैं सब function miss किया but I want to tell you कि Ambassador Arun Singh का नाम सिंह वो दूजा सिंह है वो पंजाबी समझता है ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ बड़े साल एक in-house interpreter है मैं एक और चीज़ कहना चाहती हूँ कि इस घर इस कमरे ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਇਵੈਂਟਸ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਘਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਅਸੀਂ ਆ ਕੇ ਟੁਰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਫਾਈ ਸਫੂਈ ਕਰਕੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੂੰਜ ਸੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ એનર્ਜੀ ਸੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਹਿੱਲਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਨੱਚਦੀਆਂ ਇਹ ਸੱਚੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ ਡਰ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਫਿਸਲ ਨਾ ਜਾਏ ਕੋਈ ਸੋ ਆਲ ਆਈ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਸੇ ਇਜ਼ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਦੀਵਾਰਾਂ ਵੀ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਹੈ
Thank you, ma'am, for those lovely remarks. I would now request Mr. Paramveer Singh Saini, Chairperson of the Guru Nanak Foundation of America, for his vote of thanks.
Mr. and Mrs. Ambassador, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to provide this vote of thanks for the Vaisakhi celebration today. Vaisakhi and Misha Sankranti are celebrated all across northern India as a harvest festival. The festival is characterized by the people wearing orange and the Bhangra celebrations as we saw today. It is a special significance for the Sikhs as Guru Gobind Singh Ji laid the foundation of the Khalsa in 1699. Khalsa mera roop hai khas, Khalsa mein ho karu nivas. He also preached equality of mankind. On behalf of Guru Nanak Foundation, local gurdwaras and the community at large, I want to thank all the participants today. First by Kirpal Singh Ji for his Manas ki jaat, Sabe ek pehchan wo, all men are equal. I think it's the essence of Guru Gobind Singh Ji's teaching. Dr. Pawan Saini shared her thoughts on the Vaisakhi and the Sikhism. I also want to thank Mr. Raj Nijjar and his team. First he started with Mitra Pyare Lo Hal Muridan Da Kehna, one of my favorite shabads. And of course the Vaisakhi songs by the young lady and Mr. Nijjar. The Gidda dance really makes this program so lively and took us back to the Punjab and our rich culture. Then of course the Bhangra, which is always a strong attraction in any event. For the past few years, the Gurdwaras in the DC metro area have come together and held a Vaisakhi Day parade to show a rich heritage and contributions to the society. This year the parade is on May 7th. I'd personally like to see Vaisakhi celebrated as the US culture, mainstream US culture, similar to the way St. Patrick's Day is celebrated. As you know, we all wear green that day. I learned in the mid-1990s the government of Ireland began a campaign to use St. Patrick's Day to show its culture. It provided motivation for people of Irish descent to attend and join the celebrations. I believe we can have a similar initiative right here. Wearing orange is simply a recognition of the rich Punjabi culture. With support from you, it can grow much larger and raise more cultural awareness. Vaisakhi is an important day for all of us. I want to thank Mr. and Mrs. Ambassador, all the participants, volunteers and attendees for the celebration. Thank you.
With this, we come to the end of the formal part of the program. Once again, I thank you all for your participation to make this event a true success. I would now request you all to join for the Indian lunch.
Thank you.